did I tell you, man, about Sterling? What did I tell you, man, about Kalvin Phillips? And what did I tell you, man, about Sir Gareth Southgate? An absolute clinic, an absolute destruction of Croatia. The same Croatia side that were meant to give us the biggest challenge in the group. The same Croatia side that were apparently meant to dominate the midfield battle. The same Croatia side that apparently outclassed us in the semi-final of the World Cup. But where was their midfield today? Where was Luka Modric today? He was in his own half collecting the ball because we absolutely dominated the midfield battle. Sir Gareth Southgate, I told you he knows what he's doing. I told you he's playing 4D chess. He is the greatest manager to ever grace the international scene. Last night, I could not sleep because every time I shut my eyes, I saw visions of Raheem Sterling wheeling away in celebration. And that's exactly what happened today. I told you I could see the visions, and I can also see pertinent visions of Sir Gareth Southgate lifting that trophy, hoisting it to the masses in central London. It's happening. Hey guys, it's your boy JT. Welcome back to another video where, of course, we're going to be going through that England destruction of Croatia. There is so much to cover, so much to talk about, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into the action. Well, where do I start with that one? What a game, what a performance. I'm so proud with that performance. Everything I was talking about that was wrong with the qualifiers, with the games going into the tournament, was all fixed there. It was an absolute masterclass. I want to see your predicted lineups and the lineups you said would go for. I guarantee you Raheem Sterling is not in any of them. Kalvin Phillips probably isn't in any of them. You would have probably put Henderson in there. But I told you, those two are the key, and they were the key today. They dominated. I know Sir Gareth Southgate like the back of my hand. I knew the front three he was going to go for would be Foden, Kane and Sterling. It was an absolute beautiful decision by him to stick with his guns and go with that, and it paid off. If anything, you could say the only player in the front line that didn't really perform, Harry Kane. But I don't want to lampoon hate onto Harry Kane because he is still a class player. He is still very experienced and a player that we will need going forward in order to bring the trophy home. Look, I came into the tournament with great optimism, hope of what could be, faith of what could happen, and I was not disappointed today. They really did me proud. That was such a good performance. If you compare that to the semi-final in 2018, it's chalk and cheese. The midfield battle was owned by us, and as the old saying in football goes, if you win the midfield battle, more than likely you're gonna win the game. As for the rest of the team, it's the perfect lineup in my opinion. That 4-2-3-1 is orgasmic. It just works for England. The holding two of Kalvin Phillips and Declan Rice is actually perfect because when we don't have the ball, when there are teams coming at us, they can sit back, make it a 4-2-3-1 and have Mount just chilling in front of them, and it worked perfectly. Croatia could not break us down for anything. They were resorting to whipping in long crosses because they couldn't get past us. And then when we do have the ball, Kalvin Phillips pushes forward into more of a number 8 role, and he makes it a 4-3-3 with Mount and Phillips in the midfield, and then Declan Rice sweeping in just behind with Foden, Kane and Sterling up top. It's dynamic, it works. It's just a perfect formation. And against the teams that are better than Croatia in the attack, we're going to need that because we're going to need all the defensive help we can get. But like I said, because of the dynamics of the formation, it's not just a very defensive formation where we just sit back and hit teams on the counter. That's not how we played today. Today we were pressing high. We had them pinned back in their own half. They said we wouldn't be able to outplay Croatia. They said we'd have to hit them on the counter attack. That's not what we did at all. The first half, we should have been about 2 or 3 goals up. We went so close right at the beginning of the game with Foden. Gascoigne reborn, gets the ball, and it was a beautiful touch outside of his left foot, opens his body up, and first time snapshot off the inside of the post. If it was an inch further right, that would have curled in. It would have nestled into the back of the net. It was so close. But it didn't matter because we carried on the pressure. We carried on lampooning them with pressure, and it was only a matter of time before their defense crumbled. And crumble they did very early on into the second half. Kalvin Phillips with a beautiful swashbuckling run through the midfield. Takes on one, takes on two, and slots in the overhated, underappreciated Raheem the Dream Sterling, who coolly, calmly, and collectively slotted it into the back of the net. Boys, how good was that? I want to know from you guys though, who did you guys think your man of the match was? I said for me, it's got to be between Kalvin or Sterling. I'm still in two minds. Part of me wants to give it to Kalvin. I'm probably 52% towards Kalvin, but then Sterling scored the winner, but then Kalvin assisted the winner. Kalvin played brilliant throughout. He was dominating the midfield. Sterling was getting the ball out wide. He was causing them a lot of problems. He was running them ragged, and it was thanks to his work in the first half that tied out their defense, which allowed us to take the lead in the second half. But who did you guys think the man of the match was? Maybe you've gone for Mason Mount. Maybe you've gone for neither of them. I don't know. It could have been quite a few players, although for me, I think if it's not given to Sterling or if it's not given to Kalvin Phillips, then I think that's a criminal decision for me. But that's my opinion. Maybe you saw the game differently from me, and of course I am biased. I'm an England fan. Of course I'm going to see the game through a subtle tint of bias. However, maybe you saw the game differently. Maybe you looked at it slightly more objectively than me. And if you did, I want to know what you thought down below. All I want to know is, when are people going to start giving Sterling the credit he deserves? When are people going to start giving Phillips the credit he deserves? And when are people going to start giving Sir Gareth Southgate the credit he deserves? He had so much pressure on him. Everyone telling him, you have to start Grealish, you have to start Sancho, you can't start Sterling, you can't use this formation, you can't start Phillips. And you know what? He ignored all of them. He was true to his thoughts, he was true to his ideas, and he was true to his tactics. And those tactics paid dividend. Look, it doesn't matter how you play. It doesn't matter if people think it's the right way, people think it's the wrong way. The only thing that matters is that you stay true to your tactics. Stay true to your core principles as a manager, and that's exactly what he did there. He never strayed once, and that will send confidence throughout the entire spine of the team. For me, I think the whole team played very, very well. The two worst performers, I'd say, were Kyle Walker and Harry Kane. I really didn't see enough from Harry Kane up top there. He looked tired, he wasn't pressing enough for me, and he was dropping way too deep and not getting involved in the action. As for Kyle Walker, he just made too many mistakes on that side for me, but I don't want to hate on them. I'd still probably start them in the next game against Scotland. It's just it wasn't really one of their better performances. But as you can hear, my voice is absolutely gone, and I think that's a sign to wrap up the video. It's been a masterful day. Yes, I may be getting a bit overexcited, some people may say, but I don't care. The Euros comes around once in every, 4 years? So I'm gonna enjoy it while it here. I want to know who you guys thought the man of the match was. I want to know who you guys think is going to be pivotal in bringing the tournament home. And I want to know who you guys think we should play against Scotland. But as always, thank you very much for watching the video. If you did enjoy, then a like would always be appreciated. And if you do enjoy the content around here, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss your uploads. But for now, guys,